Welcome, everybody. The anti-war rally that ends war. We do it every night, everybody. We take on this challenge of stopping the elitists who control our country. The two-party system is run by a group of cabal, a group of people that are essentially the same group of people that tried to take over Germany. They're descendants, and they are Ashkenazis. These Nazis have embedded themselves in our government. Trump himself claims to be a big supporter of Israel. Personally, I think Israel is fine. We just don't want them to rule the world. And when they have this goal of embracing all their connections to the monarchies and all the history of very rich people who want to seize power, we got a problem, because this country is not dedicated to allowing people to seize power over us. And when we see our country being taken over, hijacked by these powerful elitists controlling the two-party system, we know there's a problem. And in no way do I want any of you to be anti-Semitic or hate Jewish people. When this subset of the Jewish people, these people that aren't even blood related to Abraham, are making a mockery of this world and becoming the greediest people ever and controlling everything in Washington, that's when you, the voter, have to decide what you can do to stop this. My goal is to never change the operational functionality of our nation, but rather guide it toward a more centrist plan to solve problems, give more opportunity for a lot of you to become doctors, lawyers, or bankers. Give everybody a chance to be treated equally, which I think we're not being treated right now. All of us, Americans, no matter what our color, our background, our race, are being victims of economic destruction. We're losing the value of our money in our banks. Interest levels are at an all-time low. We don't make any money. The people that print the money, these are the people, these Ashkenazis, that control the White House right now. And their plan is to just come up with a war to justify more credit. So to sum this whole anti-war rally up that we couldn't televise because of technical difficulties, I want everyone to know that these Ashkenazis are coming up with a war with either Syria and Russia or North Korea, but they're trying to create a justification to expand credit, because that's the only way they've ever been able to expand credit, is come up with wars. They're doing this out of a playbook, and we have to interrupt this, because if we let this happen again like Hitler, and we're seeing it happen again in America, forming huge prejudices against Muslims and anyone else they don't like. These Ashkenazis who are seizing more and more power every day virtually are posing a threat to mankind, because we cannot afford to trigger a global nuclear conflict with Russia or China, and neither can they. So I believe that we're going to have to actually clean the corruption out of our government by using this third party to do it. The only way we're going to stop this, because these people are embedded. And what they're doing is using every means possible to censor me on the internet. Now, the owner of Vaughn has been making tons of money from them. Yeah. And this is an unbelievable, serious problem when in a country that claims to be free and democratic, I can't even get heard in 8 years. Well, they can work 24/7. We take off Sundays because we know that the day of rest is essential to keep this going. My nonstop commitment to this show is well noted. I don't think any of you can really measure me up against any other human on earth. No one has put together a regular show constantly for the past 8 going on 9 years than I have. Now, if you like episodic TV and you wonder why they don't keep some of these shows going, which you really like, well, they have a lot of infrastructure and production costs are huge. We have no production costs, no infrastructure, and a great show. That's why we keep it rolling. You can claim I'm incorrect about the derivation of the word Nazi as it applies to the Ashkenazis. You decide what sounds most likely a Nazi. The word Ashkenazi sounds like a Nazi to me. I don't buy the revisionist historians who claim it's defined by the National Socialist Party of the Nazi regime. That's just not happening. These same really, really greedy Ashkenazis who aren't even real Jews are the ones that are trying to give all the good Jewish people a bad name. And I want all of you, even you people who voted for Trump, who thought that he wasn't a Zionist, I want you to stop being so angry at Jewish people or Muslim people. I want you to start realizing our biggest enemy is corruption. It doesn't matter where you think that corruption is coming. And if you don't vote in honest people into the government, you're never going to get anything. You're never going to get anything at all. You can discount what I'm saying about Ashkenazis and their connection to the Nazis. It doesn't matter. I can tell you flat out that our country was taken over by the Nazis in the 1930s. And they're the ones that are working for the Associated Press, which started in Germany, Nazi Germany. They're the ones that work for the Sloan Foundation, which started in Nazi Germany. And you're going to their websites to find out if Ashkenazi relates in any way to Nazis, and you don't think it does? Case in point. Revisionist history is going on every day. Pretty soon we're going to think that 9/11 was this horrible attack by Osama bin Laden, and no one will ever question it. Meanwhile, the truther movement has been suppressed. All the people that want Barack Obama to get his birth certificate analyzed, and they think it is really a fake birth certificate. I know it is. Those people are being shunned. Well, I got news for you, Mr. Trump. You don't decide whether we, the people, find out about the fraud that's been committed in our government by the Obamas or the Clintons. You don't decide whether we prosecute Clinton. And you certainly don't decide whether we prosecute you for your connections with the Russian mobsters, these Ashkenazi Jewish mobsters that have been controlling the world for God knows how many years. And you, Mr. Trump, are a national security risk because you've got lots of debt and you're running your business out of the White House. So get off your high horse and realize that this country is going to sit back and watch the two-party system run by the Ashkenazis take over the entire world. Sorry, not on my watch. So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday because I need a rest. But thank you for coming in and enjoying our little vignette here on YouTube. Take care.